Her name is Ebony. She is less than 1 hour old. Her mother is a junkie. The mother's gift to the child is addiction, and the baby will spend the first few weeks on this earth trembling, shaking, and crying in an agony born out of a mother's weakness. The mother's name is Lael.
I guess if you've never smoked cocaine or you've never done drugs, it would be kind of hard for you to associate what I'm saying with reality. But you start to hear voices. You start to hear little sounds saying, oh, well, you can go and get a hit, and you take $10 and buy you a hit, and you can take the other $10 and buy you some food, and you won't smoke no more for a month. And that's what happens. The desire comes over you, the crave comes over you, and it overpowers. Is this my baby? Maura's baby?
Lael's daughter was born with methadone and cocaine in her system. For the next several weeks, she will stay in a hospital, be constantly monitored, weaned off of the methadone. It's her first fight. It won't be her last. Doctors studying the effects on babies exposed to drugs in utero predict her life is likely to be a daily struggle.
In our studies of children up through 2 years of age, we find that even in the 2-year-old children, the babies seem to have difficulty concentrating on a task, are easily distracted by other things going on in the room, and have trouble completing a task and become very frustrated very easily.
Okay. Maybe my hands are cold, yeah. What's the pen mark?
You can try to hold her.
No, my hands are cold. I think that's what it was.
Now this is the withdrawal.
Yeah.
It's making her shake.
It is a strange world, the world of a junkie. Being an addict is like living in a foreign country where only one thing rules, the drug. It is strong enough to dominate, strong enough even to make a mother put her habit before the health of a life within the womb. We spoke with Lael the day before Ebony was born.
But Lael, I mean, you could be really hurting the baby.
I understand that quite well, but nothing else is important but the coke. Until you start coming down, then you get to thinking about, oh, how you messed up and the damages it could cause the baby, and you start really feeling guilty, low life, low rated, and you get depressed. And it has sometimes taken me to the degree where I have thought about suicide.
How old are you?
I'm 27. I was 27 yesterday.
Infants exposed to drugs are often born premature with low birth weight, underdeveloped lungs, small heads, and small brains. Ebony was born 2 months prematurely, and doctors suspect it was the use of crack cocaine that caused Lael's early labor. Ebony came into the world the same way her mother did, early, underweight, and addicted.
Who is your mother?
My mother's name is Willa Morris.
And where's Willa?
Where's Willa? Willa is living in Lynn with my sister Sandra. See, I was raised in a dope fiend environment. My mother shot heroin. My father shot heroin. I was addicted born to heroin. My sisters and brothers, except for 1, 2, shot heroin.
Lael is one spoke in a miserable social cycle. It might seem remote, strange, or bizarre to most people, but this epidemic of grief is a way of life for too many who exist out of sight in a society that has not yet come to grips with the dilemma of drugs. And crack cocaine has made the problem even worse. A national study determined that crack causes the user to lose all capability of functioning as a parent. The more you have problems, the more that crack calls, simply as a means of coping.
I think in some ways it's been the solution to women who feel so bad about the stress because it makes them feel better. Hopefully the rest of us, when we feel bad, we have supports and we have material things that, we go away on vacation. We can go to a psychiatrist who will help us. Women who are poor don't have that alternatives, and when something comes along like that that makes them feel good, they take it. At some level, it's understandable.
Hospitals across the country are seeing an increased number of drug-exposed infants. The problem cuts across lines of race and class. It affects suburbs and rural areas as well as cities. Boston City Hospital reports 18% of all babies born there test positive for drugs. Now, how old is this baby?
This baby was born about a month ago.
A month.
A month ago, was
Birth
born
weight?
prematurely, just a little bit over a pound.
Head nurse Kathy
doesn't weigh much
Jorgensen
more
of the
than that
neonatal
now. Has
unit
not grown
lives
very
with the
long the last
problems
month.
these babies have.
Because of the baby's prematurity, she's on a respirator that helps her breathe, and she also has to be fed through a tube that goes into her nose and down into her stomach, because she obviously can't feed from a bottle because she's too young.
Baby's head is about as big as the palm of my hand. Heroin or crack?
This is a combination of a number of different types of drugs, which we will see very often, polydrug abuse.
Pills, heroin, cocaine?
Yeah. Also, we need to remember that alcohol and nicotine is a drug to these developing fetuses. So that alcohol and nicotine can also affect the growth of these infants and determine their prematurity.
What are the prospects for this baby's survival?
This baby should certainly survive.
Because of the relative newness of this problem, there's no way of telling what this girl is going to be like at 6 or 7 years of age.
There's no way to tell. We're seeing in some of these infants that we do head ultrasounds on, there are actually holes in the brain tissue where there have been small infarcts. And those kids are especially worrisome because they have had interruption to brain growth and actually have missing brain.
Well, we know that when a pregnant woman takes cocaine, her blood pressure shoots up and the blood vessels in her body constrict down. So the fetus isn't getting oxygen or nutrition during that period. And we think it's that intermittent or prolonged period of not getting oxygen during pregnancy or repeated episodes of not getting oxygen and nutrition that result in not only the low birth weight, but also the neurological changes that we see in the infants.
For fear of having their addiction discovered, many pregnant addicts don't get prenatal care, and the babies don't get proper nutrition. Aware of the problems her heroin and cocaine addiction could cause, Lael sought help at 2 Boston City Hospital clinics, the methadone clinic to get off heroin, and the high-risk pregnancy clinic for prenatal care.
I feel like my best bet is a protective environment if it means detoxing the methadone as well.
But we cannot do anything about it until you deliver your baby. You understand that?
But then then it's gonna be too late.
No, it's not gonna
It's gonna be too
No,
late.
it's not.
Lael wants to get off methadone, but Dr. Abuaji is afraid of the harm withdrawal will cause.
And using the methadone just then stabilizes the baby and it doesn't have to go through withdrawal in utero. When the withdrawal in utero occurs, this may lead to a situation where the baby dies before it's born or suffers immediate neonatal death soon after the baby is born. It's because of this reason that the idea of methadone maintenance was born.
How much weight did I gain?
Well, let me ask you something. Who do you feel sorrier for? Yourself or the baby?
The baby. I feel sorry for the baby because they didn't ask for this.
Whose fault is that?
It's my fault. I understand this. But I understand that it is a disease. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So daily, I'm living with the guilt of what I'm doing to my child. I'm living with the aggravation and the anguish that I'm gonna have to deal with the DSS once this baby is born, and I may not have it anyway.
Well, you won't
And
have
as
it.
far as I'm concerned,
DSS will take the baby.
no shit. No shit.
Lael is no stranger to the Department of Social Services. She has 3 other children whom she surrendered to DSS. They now live with relatives.
You think you're sick when the coke's in you? When the coke has the voices yapping at you?
I have a disease, I have a problem. And with the right assistance, the right help, I, like anyone else, can overcome it. But that does not mean that I will not take care of my child, provide for my child. Because see, I'm the same mother that signed my child over voluntarily because I didn't want my children living in the type of life that I was living at the time. Selling drugs, the door being kicked in, my babies experiencing police shaking their mother down and shaking them down. You can't see the baby and what's going on.
When a baby is born with drugs in its system, the hospital has to file a report called a 51A with the State Department of Social Services. Then, a decision must be made whether a mother like Layel can keep her baby.
Yeah, it's mine.
The 51A with Ebony's name on it landed on the desk of DSS investigator Bertha Murphy.
Do you have any sense of what it is about you that makes you addicted? Yeah.
An escape.
Okay.
To escape reality, to escape the things I don't want to deal with. You know, and I've recently learned that it's not that hard. It's not that hard to deal with it sober.
Okay.
Because once you go and get high and you come back, you're going to still have that problem and it's going to be even bigger.
Have you talked to anyone about what kind of a program you need and for how long?
The objection is that I go through detox first and then we try to find me something, you know, semi-long term, 3 to 6 months. I'm saying 3 to 9 months maybe.
For now, Ebony will remain at City Hospital. Hopefully, she'll grow stronger. The cost of her stay, $1,000 a day. And Layel heads to AdCare, a 21-day detox program. Her hope, to get off drugs so she can keep Ebony.